How's it going, everybody? My name is Carlos. I'm currently getting my PhD at UCSD. I'm somebody that's interested in getting into stocks and option trading, and I want to know a little bit more about what that is. So I brought my friend Yoshio, who's been trading for about 6 years, who has experience. So why don't you tell us more about yourself real quick?
Hi, my name is Yoshio, and like you said, I've been trading for 6 years, and we decided to do this small interview to answer some of the questions that you guys might have. And since it's also new, and honestly, he's a friend of mine that I've been knowing for quite some time, and I've been pushing him for the last 6 years to get into trading. But now, since he's starting to see some of the profits, the social medias, and like the buzz around it, now he was skeptical at first, so now he's interested in the subject. So we figured that this will be helpful for more than just one person.
Yeah, man, I see all the profit that you're making. So what do I like? All right, what's the first question I have is, what do I need to get started?
Right. So to get started, I say that the number one thing that you need, it's the right mentorship, right? Can you learn this directly from YouTube? Yes, you can. You can spend hours, going through YouTube videos and learning from like people that are experienced already. And that's good, right? That's gonna give you like the full details of everything, the terminology, how things work. But if you have someone that's directly teaching you the subject, right, I believe it's better. And also, you're not just learning from anybody. What I will look for is for someone that's actually good at it, right? That they're actually being profitable compared to a lot of people out there that are probably not.
Right.
So, and I think this applies to like not just this subject. It applies to everything in general.
Right.
If you want to learn a specific subject directly from someone that's good, it's gonna be better compared to some learning from someone that's not.
Of course, that makes sense. All right, so a basic question that I have, and I'm sure a lot of people also have. I know a little bit more about stocks than I do about options. So what are options? What's stocks like? What's the difference between the
Right.
two?
So the simplified version of that answer would be that stocks options are an advanced version of trading stocks.
Okay.
And the big difference is the amount of money that you can make with the same amount of capital.
Okay. So all right. That's good that you brought up capital. You're saying that potentially I can make more of my investment using options.
Right.
Right? So why don't people do options if you can make more money doing that?
Mainly, I think it's because a lot of us are uninformed. That's your case. Secondly, it does require more knowledge and more practice. A lot of the experience, it's basically what's going to help you make money in the future, long term, right? It's not just learning like we talked about earlier. It's not just going into YouTube and seeing how something works. It's the actual experience of you being there, trading with your own real money, and having that emotional feeling in your head, whether you're winning or losing money. That itself affects whether you make money or not.
Yeah. Okay. That's I think, but you're making it seem like I don't want to do this by myself, right?
Right.
Because I don't want to start investing money where you just said like I'm misinformed. So do I start is it good to start with a mentorship or a community around me?
I definitely recommend that, which we do have one. It's called the Zero Dinero Investment Group, for those of you guys that don't know. It's basically a community that's all in relationship to finance, but we do have trading as one of the main topics, and I am the person that runs that section. So options in general is basically what I do. And it does help learning from other people that are experienced and seeing how other traders actually trade. You might have a question that someone else might have a better answer to.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good to have a community. And I think that's what, a lot of the, it's going to, first of all, reduce the learning curve, I think. And then also it's going to be able to make me feel like a little bit more comfortable, knowing that there's a community that I could rely on and a mentor that I could rely on too. Right? All right, my last question. How do I become a profitable investor?
So I think that the longer you're in the game, the better you can get at it.
Okay.
And it's, again, we talked about the learning, right?
Right.
I can give you 1,000 101 classes and teach you everything I know, right?
Right.
But that's not going to include the experience. That's what a lot of people lack. So if you're not out there investing your own money, right? Not just paper trading, investing your own money and having that emotional feedback, whether you're winning or losing in a trade, you're going to have a hard time doing this. What do I mean by that? everyone has a different threshold when it comes to winning and losing money. For you, it might hurt losing $100.
Right.
For me, it might be 1,000.
Right.
The same thing happens the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
For you, making 100 might be a lot. For me, making 1,000 might be a lot. So everyone thinks differently when it comes to your emotional status,
Mm-hmm.
right? So emotion, and your emotional feelings when it comes to trading is probably 90%
Mm-hmm.
of being successful at it.
Mm-hmm.
So the learning, it's one thing, the experience is another. So if I could summarize it all up, a mixture of both and controlling your emotions is probably the best way to be successful at this.
Cool.
Mhm.
Wow. Well, thank you. That was awesome advice. Yeah, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to
Right.
Yoshio.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm excited to get started. So thank you.
No problem.